What is going on, guys? It is Brickgeneral here, back with another video. And before I get on into this video, guys, I wanted to mention that in the description of all my videos, I have a link to my Discord. And if you guys are small creators, you guys can go there, share your videos. If you are an active user in the Discord, you are allowed to promote as much as you want. You can send your videos as much as you want, and people in there will watch it, subscribe, and like, and give you feedback. So if you guys are a small creator, and it's also a fun time, we like to talk about gaming and tech and whatever. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to join through the link in the description. It's always going to be there. Just wanted to plug that because I wasn't really mentioning before, even though I've always had one. A lot of people don't know I have a Discord, but either way, guys, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Today, I'm going to be talking about why Call of Duty Modern Warfare, that is the new Call of Duty, is the best Call of Duty yet. So, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, bro, this is probably one of the kids that just got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and it's like, bro, oh my god, this is the only COD he got. No, bro, I have played other CODs, obviously, and I am making this informed decision by myself. I think it's pretty good, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So, the first thing I want to mention, guys, is the COD community, especially like the older COD community that used to play like Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, all that stuff, like back in the early 2010s, even though that was literally like not even that long ago. Everyone uses rose-tinted glasses when looking back at those old games. Like, we're always like, oh, Modern Warfare 2, perfect. Oh, Modern Warfare 3, perfect. Black Ops 2, perfect. Like, and then we're so critical on current games, and we're just like, oh my god, this is so unbalanced, this is so trash, the maps suck. I think that's part of the problem. Like, people, especially, like, sometimes even I do it. Like, we like to think about, like, the old games, and we just think they're so much better. When in reality, the newer games are actually not getting enough credit that they deserve. They're scrutinized even more. And in probably a few years, we're probably going to be thinking, wow, Modern Warfare was fantastic. But right now, you can tell you don't love the game, and that's a fact. So, I think that applies to literally everything. Like, if you look at sports, like, there are old basketball fans that were, like, watching when Michael Jordan was around. They'll basically hate on LeBron and say LeBron's trash, but in reality, they're just not scrutinized. Obviously, they're both great players, LeBron and Jordan, but they're just not scrutinizing MJ as they are as much to LeBron. So you have to make sure you have to be even, you have to be fair to both and compare it to what's going on at the same time. So you have to remember that, and that also works for rap and stuff. Like, some people are like, oh my god, I hate new music, I hate it. Back in the old days, like, all the old heads, like, it's a common thing. Like, it happens in video games, it happens in hip-hop, it happens in music, it happens in sports. It literally happens everywhere, this old head argument. I literally hate it. I don't know why. But I just want to reference that because a lot of people are going to be saying that, and if you're just going to be saying it in the comments like, oh yeah, this is the best because like, we had the most fun on there. But like, seriously, if you think about it, this new game actually is the best. Now, a lot of people, I will make this argument. Some people will say the older ones, the reason the older ones are so much more favored is because people grew up with them. Those are usually like Modern Warfare 2 or like Modern Warfare or COD 4. They were like some people's like first CODs. So of course they're going to look at it like very fondly. Just like your first gaming console, you're going to look at it more fondly than you look at it like just like an old console. Like, a lot of people are like, oh my god, the 360 is amazing, but like they don't realize all the problems that 360 had compared to the Xbox One. So obviously it's going to get that treatment because it was like the first one, you grew up with it, it was your first, and you're going to have the most fun whenever you play like a game that's similar for the first time. It's going to be the most fun. So I guess that makes sense because it's going to be a little bit more enjoyable, but still, guys, you have to make a fair argument between them. Now, before prefacing all that, I'm going to compare the Call of Duty. So, first of all, guys, just letting this know, the flow and the graphics of Modern Warfare, there is no competition. The graphics are fantastic in Modern Warfare, as they should be. The latest COD always should have the best graphics. And additionally, the main thing is the gunplay. The gunplay is so smooth. It feels literally amazing. Like, each different gun, the reload animations, everything, guys. It's just like, you can't, it's just a combination of the graphics, like the ray tracing, everything. It's just amazing. Like, and you can't really feel that until you actually play it. If you just watch gameplay, it just like, it's hard to explain, honestly. It just feels amazing. I gotta say that. Even though you're playing through controller, it really does feel really good. And that's unmatched, guys. You cannot compare that to something like Black Ops 2 or something like that. Like, I was playing Black Ops 2 the other day, and oh my god, it floats. It just felt so robot-y. Like, it felt like I was floating across the ground instead of in Modern Warfare, where it feels like you're actually running across it, like with the actual discrepancies. So I was just like, so the flow in campaign, the flow in the graphics, you can't really compare. As for the campaign, a lot of people say older campaigns are better. I agree, some of the older ones are better, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2. I would take those over Modern Warfare, but that's not to say Modern Warfare doesn't have a great campaign. It has some pretty heavy themes. I thought it was pretty good, and it's definitely one of the better campaigns. So, although that's not its strongest department, it's probably actually its worst. It's still actually pretty good. Like, it's definitely above average for sure. Now, one thing people really like to get on Modern Warfare is the meta. Now, I agree with this, guys. The meta is M4, MP5, 725. That is the entire meta in multiplayer. Now, people are saying this like this is a horrible thing, but it's really not that bad compared to like other metas we had. People like to compare Modern Warfare 2 as if Modern Warfare 2 did not have some of the cheesiest metas with like noob tubing and stuff like that, and it's a lot better than older CODs. Like seriously, it's not that strong of a meta. Like 725, MP5, M4, good players can get around them, and if you're not, you can just join them. I hate to say it, but they've made some pretty good nerfs. They've made some pretty good stuff. And additionally, guys, a lot of people just say the game's more toxic, but you really can't, like, control that. Like, you can't control, the game itself can't control who's going to camp. I guess the one thing I would say, I would give to the older games, is the sound of footsteps. Footsteps should not be this loud in COD. COD is not meant to have super loud footsteps. It's not like a battle royale when you're playing team deathmatch. You shouldn't be able to just camp at a corner and hear when someone's running the corner. It sounds like you're an elephant walking up stuff. So, I do agree with that. Like, I think if dead silence was a perk, it would be so much better. But besides that, another thing that I want to mention, guys, besides the multiplayer, obviously the maps, I actually don't think they're the best, but I think they're solid. And the guns, they're actually decent. Like, if you can master gun, they all feel great. Like, each one of them, there's a little bit of specialty. Like, you can use other ones. I think it's still pretty fun to use them. But the main thing, guys, that I think really sets Modern Warfare as the best is Warzone. Warzone is just so much fun. Like, they're constantly updating it, they're constantly adding new stuff. It is so much better than Blackout, and it just adds a completely new aspect of Call of Duty that we haven't had. Blackout was okay, like in Black Ops 4, but Warzone is so much better. And it's just evident in every aspect. The Battle Royale is fantastic. It's like the best Battle Royale this year. And yeah, guys, that's really my opinion. I think that all these factors combined make it better. We need to stop looking at the older games like they're so much better than newer games. So in reality, Modern Warfare is really better than them. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.